Good morning, I'm the Legend Conquistador, and this is Donald MacQueen.
Hi, you will probably very soon be knowing me as Magnificent Mane.
Magnificent Mane?
Magnificent Mane.
Is that because of your hair?
Have you seen this?
I am currently looking at it.
Yeah. Hi.
Donald MacQueen is a good friend of mine who, as he mentioned, has aspirations for starting his own YouTube channel, so I decided to give him a little taste of what it would be like behind the camera. This talk was a little bit impromptu, so I didn't have a Song of the Week or haiku set up, so that's why there's this, after edit. The Song of the Week is Try Again by Firebomber. Today, Don MacQueen and I talk video games. And get distracted.
Ugh! Shift it up there.
Yeah,
there we
mean,
go.
Even with most of my height being in my legs, there's still...
Ow! Oh, I should not have hit my head against a brick wall. That was a bad idea.
Yeah,
okay.
Typically I'd rank, hitting your head against a brick wall probably a bad idea.
If you hit your head against a brick wall, you're gonna have a bad time.
Life tips from Diego Fajardo.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about video game consoles.
Yes, okay, so we're on the 8th now, so the 6th generation of consoles.
I just rank them about, like, what age they were at, so this is around the turn of the millennium. This is around 2001, 2002, 2003, and then up until... So we're talking about GameCube, PlayStation 2,
and the original Xbox.
Not the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Do you need a moment? Okay. So what was your top one, I think?
I mean, so first, I think I should establish that I did not own any of these consoles when they were out, because my family was, Puritan, I think might be the right word here, so I did not own a gaming console until I was, like, 12, around then, but, so now that I've had a chance to play all three of them, I'd say that, so to start off with, the GameCube controller...
The best.
It is to this day the best controller.
No, I think it's the second best because the DualShock 4 is really good. PS4.
After edit.
My chins.
That is nice. Wowee. So yeah, the GameCube controller was good enough that we had the GameCube controller ports already in it, and they're making the adapter for the Wii U. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it's a solid controller. It is literally a solid controller. I've seen people throw GameCubes and the controllers downstairs and be perfectly fine.
Yeah, and especially because, I mean, I'm, like, I don't know if you at home can see this on the video, but I'm kind of a big guy.
Should we stand up and...
Yeah, so...
It's just,
so Diego,
he's like half a head taller than me.
About 6'2", so... Yeah, so I'm just kind of a big guy, so I also have, like, big hands, and the GameCube controller fits them so
Yeah, PS3 controllers are surprisingly small, and that's part of what I like about PS4, is that they made the controllers bigger.
Yeah, I mean, the PS2 controller, it's not bad.
Yes.
I wouldn't say there's anything wrong.
It's good enough that they've used essentially the same design for generations.
Yeah, because I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, but what is broken? Sorry, I almost dropped the camera because that was the hand I was holding it with. Yeah. What is broken? They've been like tweaking and fixing. Yeah. As hardware gets better and stuff like that. Yeah,
one thing that I do have to say with controllers is that I do think that the Xbox 360 controller is the best one for shooters, because with the GameCube, the triggers are just a little bit too big.
My favorite... Oh, what happened to my hair there? Okay, my favorite shooter is one called Time Splitters, and it was made by the same people who made GoldenEye. Yeah. And this was after they made GoldenEye, and it's so funny and so good. And this is played only with... I think it's on PlayStation and GameCube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've only played it on the GameCube, and so that's how I do shooters, I guess. I agree that, like, the triggers they're a little clunky, but it works with what they're trying to do with it.
Yeah.
They make the buttons big, they make it colorful, and it's nice for all ages.
Yeah, and with the PS2 controller, I mean, my problem is that the L2, like L2 and R2, like
they're curved outwards.
Yeah, they're curved outwards, and they're, how do I put this? Flappy. Yeah, like there's no. I don't even know how to describe it. The physical feedback just feels
right
wrong. But I mean,
that's part of it is that it's curved outwards,
yeah,
and so you it feels like you have to go further than you actually are going.
Yeah, but I mean, with the 360 controller, I mean, they're right there where your fingers should be, and they feel like triggers should feel. So the Xbox 360 is personally my console of choice for shooters. But I do think the Xbox controller it's not as good for games for like I'll call them frequent function buttons, so like swinging a sword in Skyrim or like firing a gun in Call of Duty. It doesn't work as well when you map them to either one of the like four.
Yeah, because they're like that's part of what I like about the GameCube is that they're different sizes.
Yeah,
and also they're also different colors. So visually and tactilely, you can tell the difference between them. And that's especially harder to do with like the PlayStation controllers, where it's a black controller with a little colored shape on it, and it's just harder.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the controllers mean that the PlayStation 2 is best with slower games, more tactical games. Things like Metal Gear, no, actually, that's
controls and don't talk about Metal Gear and controls. Okay, so I feel like the PlayStation 2
Why do you hold down the square button to shoot? How does that make any sense at all? Hideo Kojima, you design good worlds, you write interesting stories, but you do not do good controls. You just don't.
No. They've gotten better. It's because they were building atop one of each other. Yes. I've seen pictures of people playing, friends of mine playing Metal Gear 3.
Yeah.
And they have their hands like this on the controller.
It's so the controls are just...
So, yeah, but I feel like the PlayStation 2, especially with controls and the way that it's mapped, the controller, because it's symmetrical, that makes it more well-rounded.
Yeah.
And then the controller schemes sort of parallel what each console has and what it does. Because the PlayStation 2 had, like, the biggest library of games. It's massive. Most of which aren't especially good.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, what's it like, Sturgeon's Law, Poe's Law, like 90% of every, like, creative field is crap. Which, I mean, but then again, this year I am going to be doing a National Novel Writing Month, so I feel like I shouldn't be able to comment on that.
NaNoWriMo! That's too extreme for me.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna succeed in it, because I mean, 50,000 words in a month. Yeah, that's. But I'm going to try.
Just do Twitter. Let's do it 140 characters at a time. Yes, I probably write that much on Twitter in a month. Actually, I've been doing Twitter for like a year, and I have over 5,000 tweets.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you have the Xbox, which is also mainly shooters and that type of games. Because you have like Grand Theft Auto, you have Halo. Halo, the one that made it famous.
And also for... Okay, Halo, it's a fantastically made series. It's really well balanced, but I hate what it has done to gaming. Because I love old-style first-person shooters. I mean, the first two, Dooms, Painkillers, Serious Sam, those are just barrels of fun. But Halo, just... Too many people tried to copy what Halo did without understanding why they did it.
Yeah. So overall, best game console of that generation. Trying to bring it back.
It depends a lot on what you're asking for.
So best repertoire of games.
Would PS2 by far.
Then Shadow of the Colossus, Ico, not Uncharted. That was PS3.
Yeah.
Jack and Dexter.
God of War.
Yeah. Personally, I feel like that's tied with GameCube, but that's just my personal experience because Nintendo makes very solid games.
Yeah.
And I feel like also graphically the GameCube was the best because it was the style that they did it, especially compared to the other ones, allowed it to be the more cartoonish style that they gave the GameCube overall. Allowed, especially like rounded surfaces. I want to say, because when I think of the GameCube, I think rounded surfaces. Because I always like play Super Mario Strikers, and I always play as Yoshi, and you always see the rounded surface. Whereas if you have a PS2 game, it's going to be more
kind of
blocky,
chunky.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I know that was PS1. But.
Yeah, and also I just don't do JRPGs. I just don't do most Japanese media in general because to me it's just too much of a culture shock. I mean, besides survival horror, the Japanese can do survival horror. Oh, they can do it so well.
The Japanese combined with the Mexican Spanish combined with the Irish, Scottish. Norman Reedus is.
I want to say he's.
If we get this wrong, this is not going to be good.
No, wait. What if we just like film it twice? One saying he's Irish, one saying he's Scottish. You just delete the one that's not right.
Oh god, it's going to be so much editing because this is.
Okay, well then don't do it. Ah.